Good evening, everyone. Just took literally maybe just below an hour break. I am now doing Egypt versus Iran. And the reason why I'm doing this and why I care about it so much is because I am doing the game between Iran and Egypt. And this is also a critical game for South Korea for their survival to make it to the last 32, the round of 32, because if Egypt beats Iran, the magic number will be down to 1. So this is a very, very critical matchup for South Korea. And you know that the fans, Korean fans, myself, and everyone else will be watching this very, very closely. And all we can say is we just hope that it really just goes our way, but you never know what you're really going to get. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know what you're going to get. The only thing you can say is you just hope for the best. Not saying I'm trying to promote anything on positivity, but you just really want you really just want the result to go in Korea's way. And it's been a disastrous, I must say, 48 hours for South Korea as they lose to South Africa, and then all of yesterday, and I will go over the World Cup scores. And Korea's in a situation where they have to feel entitled that the world revolves around them. But here were the results yesterday, and it was very disastrous for South Korea. First, Ivory Coast, they beat Curacao, so that wasn't really much of a surprise. Then we got Ecuador beating Germany when Germany, all they had to do was, literally all they had to do was just tie Ecuador and they would have been fine. That doesn't happen. Japan ties Sweden. Then you got Netherlands. Netherlands beating Tunisia didn't really matter, but Paraguay, Australia beating Paraguay was also a shock, so that didn't really help because that puts Paraguay into considerations for the round of 32. And then today, it just seemed to get even worse. For today, it was Senegal just destroying Iraq 5-0, and now they just have a really good opportunity to make it to the round of 32. They have dibs over South Korea. And must I go over the current standings at the moment? I gotta go over what the standings are at the very moment. All right, here are the standings, which I'm willing to go to that. They don't even show the third place ones they're not showing the third place at all. Yeah, they're not showing any third placers, so I think I'm just going to go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is still pretty decent, so you can't give them too much of a hard time. Egypt is playing against Iran, and I should be getting ready for that national anthem. Wonder if they're going to put it in Seattle, which that's the one I really prefer. All right, I gotta find the game to make sure I can find it. Wait, what the? Why can't I access the? Okay, I'm really kind of in a time crunch right now. Where's the Egypt game? Oh boy. Well, I gotta make sure this game is there. All teams with 4 points qualified. Yeah, I know, right? It's not letting me play it. Choose version. Huh. It's not airing yet. I guess it will air later. So until then, I'm just going to do the national anthems. I will do it first for... Okay, first let me see if I can really figure it out. I'm really surprised I can't really... And where's FS1? Oh, here it is. Got it. It's going to be the national anthem of Egypt. And now the national anthem of Iran. And that's the national anthem of Iran. And interestingly, Egypt and Iran, both Muslim countries, they just happen to be playing in Seattle, where it is known to be the Pride Night, and that was not met very friendly. It was not met very well at all, especially with Egypt and Iran knowing their Muslim background. And I mean, when you put Muslim in the Pride thing, it just doesn't materialize very well. Especially if you were in Qatar, if you were all about that, then things would not go your way, is all I'm going to say. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, donate to this channel if you can. And all Egypt has to do is defeat Iran. And you would think that Egypt, they're in a situation where they have to win, because, I mean, let's look at the standings for Egypt and Iran. So here's where it looks like. So right now, I mean, if they just tie in some way, because right now if they tie, Egypt would just go, they would be the number ones, because Belgium, unless they score at a certain differential on New Zealand, then they will take the number one spot. So Egypt is definitely going to want to win this one. Like, I don't think they're going to be parking the bus on this one. They want to make sure not only do they, and they actually do want to win, because they don't want to play ties. I mean, you want to try to win this one. So this is going to be very critical for all fronts. I mean, Iran, they're trying to make it to the last 16 or the last 32, first time in their history. And then you got Belgium, they're trying to just scrape through, which you would think they will, since New Zealand has not been playing well at all. But interestingly, New Zealand is actually also still in play to make it to the last 32. So you just never know what you're going to get. But Egypt, here's what they've got. And they made a few changes to their starting lineup. Mostly there's Trezeguet, Zico, Mo Salah, Ashur, Sabir, Lashin, Hani, Rabia, Abdelmonium, Fatal, and Shabir. And then as for Iran, here are the names. We got Mobi, Terami, Ezeholi, Korbani, Kodos, Mohammed, Nemati, Kizizela, Kanani, Rizalon, and Burvan. Iran has been known to be one of the more physical and hardworking teams, but they just have not gone their way, unfortunately for them. So it's gonna for South Korea's sake, Egypt has to win this game, and also they're now doing a moment of silence for Venezuela. All right, let's go. There was a huge earthquake in Venezuela, and people are heavily affected. Yeah, Iran's going to try to win this one as well. But for South Korea's sake, again, they have to win. And we're about to do the final countdown to the start of this match. And we are underway here in Seattle. Iran in the white jerseys. And then we've got Egypt in the red and black. As long as Egypt wins, the magic number will be down to 1 for South Korea. And Seattle would be a very ideal location for South Korea, for the Korean Americans, as well as South Korea. Seattle can still be effectively a home field advantage. So we're just going to see how this goes. And for anyone that is planning to go to the round of 32 in Seattle, use that promo code RoofTopSports to get your $20 off the purchase. Now here's Iran. They're already on the attacking end, and this could be very dangerous. And they're actually in pretty decent position. And that should be a foul. No, it's going to be play on. And Iran's still on the play. And nothing really much going on. It's all about the Go Salah. And now they're going to try to bring it up. And now Egypt, they are in a good position. And now what are they going to do here? And now here's a cross defended by Iran. Now looking at the formations on the defensive end, Egypt is playing with a 4-back defense, and Iran's playing with a 5-back defense. They play very defensively. Egypt, they are known to be 29th in the world, while Iran is 20th in the world, which I'm very curious how's that even possible. Egypt, most of their players on defense and midfielding, they are mostly in the Egyptian league. And then you got Mo Salah, who plays for Liverpool to this day. He's 34 years old. This could be his last World Cup unless he has one more in him. I mean, it's very unclear for Sonoman if he's even have anything like that. But they've got a lot of talented players. They got Trezeguet. They got Hamza of Barcelona B, Mo Salah of Liverpool, Hassim Hassan. We got Ibrahim Adel and Omar Mamouche. They are they have a very good, talented offense. And now Egypt, they are just trying to maybe get something going. South Korea is on the brink right now. They're 25th in the world. Their peak was 17th in December of 1998. Players that they noticeably missed out was Kim Ji-soo, Jong Sang-bin, Hong Hyung-sok, Kwon Hyuk-koo. I mean, they left quite a bit of players that are pretty young. Young Min Hyuk of Coventry City. Chun Jin Woo, like there was a lot of players that they really left out. And I know this is not supposed to be about South Korea. It's all about Egypt and Iran. Nothing much going on in here. There's Iran on the attack, and they actually do have a chance. Nope, not anymore. And in Egypt, they were able to hold on their own against Belgium. I mean, Mo Salah, it really means a lot to him if he's able to take Egypt all the way to the round of 32. Egypt, one of the strong African nations, along with Morocco, who was up there. They advanced to the round of 32. Makes you want to shake. And now here is an opportunity for Egypt, and now here's a shot, and then it's batted away by the goalkeeper. He's open. Now here's a shot, and that is the goal! And Egypt has taken the lead, and if the result stands, the magic number for South Korea will be down to 1. 4 minutes in, and Egypt is already on the board, and Iran is already in trouble. The goalkeeper came out a little bit too far, giving Egypt a wide open shot, and it already goes in. And here we are already with a 1-0 lead. And Egypt, all you have to do is just hold on as much as you can. Oh my goodness, already. It's almost like Mo Salah is trying to help Son Heung-min. Like, already so fast. Wow. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. And the goalkeeper couldn't get up on time, and it just went right through his legs too, out of all things. That was a beautiful shot, and that was Mohamed Saber was the one with the left foot here in Seattle. And that just went in. Oh my goodness. Magic number is down to 1 now. If this result holds, Egypt would be at 7 points. Like, who would have thought? We're at 6 minutes in. If you just missed it, Egypt just scored. Oh my, Egypt really just wants to win and get out of here. Now it's 6:27. Iran is in desperate trouble, and we would like to get another goal out of Egypt so that way Iran could be out of reach. Just 5 minutes in already. And the dream could come true with the magic number being possibly down to 1 if these results hold. I mean, if you were, I would imagine in South Korea in their watch party or whatever they're doing, or watch death or whatever, they were probably just cheering. Egypt with a terrific start. Egypt is now friends with South Korea. Oh, you can't stand the Iranian football fans, can you? And that gets it out. I mean, Egypt is clearly locked in. They really don't want to mess around. And it looks like free kick going for Egypt's favor. We're at 8 minutes in. And Egypt already has all the momentum in the world. And my camera is unfortunately just... Oh, now here's Iran. They are crossing. Nothing doing there. Oh my goodness, it's a penalty for Iran. Oh my goodness, what is going on already? Not good, not exactly ideal, especially if you're a fan of South Korea or just anyone in general. Oh my goodness, and I wonder where this is going to go. They're calling a penalty. And you would think that they're going to score. I mean, just already, not even 10 minutes in, and we could already get a 1-1 game. Yep, it's going to be a penalty. The only thing you can hope is that Iran misses. That's all you can hope for, but nothing can guarantee. All right, we're at 9 minutes in. They're going to do the penalty. The only thing you can hope is that he just misses it. And all you can do is fingers crossed, and the South Korean locker room's like, oh, crap. As we're at 10 minutes. And here we go. Goalkeeper is ready. Number 9 is going to be the scorer, if he could. And now here we go. And it's saved! Oh my gosh! Whoa! What? And they're racing it through, and here comes Egypt. They might have a chance to score again. And Iran just messed the penalty. All thanks to Egypt. Only for them to kick our butts in the possible prospective round of 32. What resilience was shown? Oh, Shabir did really well. And I thought Iran was going to actually rebound for a moment. Now we're at 11 minutes in, and for some reason my feed is just really terrible right now. Let's see if that fixed anything. I really hope it did, because it just keeps glitching and freezing. Should be good for now, but you just never know, especially when technical difficulties is such an unfortunate thing. Oh my goodness. Iran, they had a chance to tie the game, break South Korea's hearts, and then they just missed the penalty. Now Egypt has the advantage. I mean, something like that could just be a confidence breaker too. I mean, they missed a penalty. It's like, how could you even do that? And now, oh, here's an opportunity for Iran. Now here's a cross. He has an open shot. And now here's a shot, and that's going to be saved by the goalkeeper. Oh my goodness, Iran just scored on the rebound, and now they just equalized the game to make it 1-1 off an amazing save by the goalkeeper, and Iran was able to get it in anyway. Oh my goodness. This is just going to, I think this game could be, unfortunately, a shootout. I mean, this is an exciting game on a FIFA perspective, soccer fan perspective, but oh, I can't believe that. It was a great save, but then he was able to get it at a very tight, near impossible angle, too. And I was like, that was fast. And as of now, Iran would actually have the dibs over Belgium. And then that would put Belgium in the same group as South Korea. I mean, if I were Egypt, I wouldn't be parking the bus. Now, Iran has another set of momentum, and they're starting to get up there. And no penalty or no foul on that one. Oh, this is just going to be a very long game. Like, why am I even doing this to myself? I'm just torturing myself. Now here's Egypt with an advantage. Here's Mo Salah trying to make the moves. That's going to be a corner kick. And you would think that Mo Salah is going to be the one taking the corner. This could be a heart attack of a game, if you ask me. Looks like there could be a substitution going on. Now here's Mo Salah. Now here's the corner. And they have some spacing. Now here's going to be possible cross. Nice fake out. Now here's a cross. Now here's a shot. And that's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a goal kick. Can't believe that just happened. And it's going to be goal kick. Egypt, they really got to win. But if the results hold, it doesn't really matter. But Iran definitely wants to put some cushions on themselves. But I think if it gets towards the end, then no one's going to really try to score unless Belgium does something. Now, if Belgium scores, that's going to cause some problems. But then again, like if everyone ties at this point, everyone advances. So what's really in it for anyone? You know, here comes Iran again, and they're just getting through Egypt real easily. Oh, that should be a foul. That's a foul right there. And I think he's going to get possibly a yellow card. I don't see a yellow card happening. Nope. Now here is Egypt again. Nope. The kick was just too strong. A yellow card has been issued. As of now, from what I heard from the sources, if South Korea makes it to the last 32, they'll be playing Egypt in Seattle. And I would think that Egypt would want to win because they just don't, so that way they don't have to travel. There's Mo Salah trying to get around, and he was nearly pushed down. Could have been a penalty there. And it's going to be another foul. And that's going to be a yellow card. That's the goal scorer. Picking up his first foul. I mean, you would think that Egypt would want to win this one. Mohamed Saber, he is on the yellow. I mean, as of now, Belgium is now the number 3 team, while Iran now here's the chance. Nope. It looks like it's going to be a corner kick. They call them the Pharaohs. Scotland is pretty much out at this point, unless Croatia, and even if Croatia goes out. So Scotland, I think, is, unfortunately for them, they are out of contention. Second corner of the night. Here's a corner. Trying to get something. And Egypt still has the ball back. You might want to just head that way. Give him an open shot. Maybe take the shot from here. And you have some openings. And now I would just take the shot right here. What are you doing? Now here's a shot. And ricocheted. And that is going to be another corner. Iran's just playing for their lives to try to get to the last 32. I don't know if that was going to really go in anyway. Mo Salah is going for that corner kick. One of the best players in the world, playing for his home country, Egypt, in Seattle. Now here's the corner, and there was a chance. There's still opportunities. And the goalkeeper looks like he's going to catch it. Oh, he gets it off, and there's still a chance. Now here's a cross, and now header, no header. And bicycle kicked it out there was Iran. As of now, 12 of the 16 teams have now been eliminated. So here are the teams that are already eliminated. Haiti, Turkey, Tunisia, Jordan, Panama, Qatar, Czechia, Curacao, Iraq, Scotland, Saudi Arabia, and now Uruguay. And now Iran, if they are to lose, and Iran's just that team that they really just won't go away. They're just being that really annoying, pesky team. That's what they're known to be. Now here's a shot. Iran has an opportunity. It's going to be a handball. And now we're in the water break, and this game is already intense. Already 2 goals in. Both Iran and Egypt scored the fastest goal in their World Cup history. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful paintbrush.
All right, now we're at 24 minutes in. Got some nice looking Egyptian fans out there. Probably that's where the passport bros are going. I wonder that's where they have been going. Has there been a number of Americans traveling to Egypt to find a woman? Yeah, a significant amount of Americans have been traveling to Egypt. Now the water break is over. And now we are going to. Now they're going to see if. Now let's hope that Egypt can get that scoring in. Because you don't want to put themselves in the loss because then they will. You don't want to give up a goal. You want to put yourself at a cushion. I don't think you can really park the bus on this one, especially if Egypt just refuses to go away. Belgium and New Zealand, they are tied. Now, interestingly, if New Zealand beats Belgium, and even if Iran ties Egypt, that actually still might help South Korea to put the magic number down to 1. And as of now, if these results hold, like as of now for Saturday, I mean, assuming that Egypt wins this game, because you would think that they would win this one. If they do, I'll be doing the Croatia and Ghana match, where if Ghana wins that game, they will be through. And South Korea would get through prospectively. But if that doesn't work out, then I will be forced to do Congo and Uzbekistan. And if that doesn't work out, it will be Algeria and Austria. So there's still chances, but you don't want to put your chances on Congo and Uzbekistan because Uzbekistan has just been a very disappointing team. And by the way, in the third place rankings, it kind of gets worse because right now Korea is now in the top 8. Now here is going to be a chance for Egypt, and that gets out. Now Iran, they're trying to. You just got to hope that maybe if New Zealand has something in them. But right now, as of now, it does not look good so far for South Korea. Now here's Iran. I mean, here it is right now. In the third place, South Korea is just hanging around at the 7th. But if it stands today, And I mean, you would think that Iran might be also more motivated on top of just trying to get out of the group stage so they can just F with South Korea. Now here's Egypt. They have an opportunity. They're trying to get there. Now they're trying to take a shot. Now here's a shot right to the goalkeeper. As of now, if results hold, South Korea will hold the last spot. I mean, you would think that Egypt would at least want to score to put themselves at a cushion. And Iran, that should be a goal kick, you would think. It's going to be a goal kick. And if results do hold, Egypt does advance the round of 32. Now, if New Zealand, if they can help and beat Belgium, that would put Belgium out, Iran at number 2, and then that can also put South Korea's magic number to 1. But it all depends on how they do. And it doesn't really matter because Belgium has just scored recently. So if results do hold, Belgium is now on the running to make it to round of 32. So now you can just forget about New Zealand and Belgium. Now it's all on to Egypt and Iran. There's Trezeguet. We're at 31 minutes. Nothing really much is going on right now since those 2 goals. Now here's a chance for Mo Salah. And that was just not a good pass by Mo Salah. I think Mo Salah should have just tried to take it for himself. He didn't really have anyone to pass to at that moment. Yeah, Belgium just scored. So now that means Iran will be down to the number 3. Belgium, as of now, they are now taking the lead in the group. So that means Egypt is going to want to win. So maybe in some ways that could actually help. That could actually help Egypt motivate them to try to win. Like they really do need to win this game. So that way they can just stay in Seattle. Right now, South Korea is in Mexico. They're just hoping that they can get that magic number down to 1, and they have to rush into a plane. They're probably not going to be well conditioned. They have to get used to the environment. So that's also what could also be hurtful. And there are some nice moves by the goalkeeper. And Egypt, right now, here could be a chance. And they go out there. South Korea now at number 7. If results hold, they'll be down to number 8. So that means you're going to want, if results hold, they need Croatia to lose to give them a chance. And now here's a chance for Iran. And now here's a chance here. Oh, went over. They had a shot. Iran had a chance, and then that just went over. That's going to be a goal kick. I mean, can you really depend on Egypt at this point? Especially when Belgium, they just scored. Belgium, as of now, would win this group if results hold. And if Egypt, if they are not to win this game, as they would be the runner-up of Group G, they'll be going up against Australia, and they would have to go all the way to Texas. So it's not really an ideal situation for them. The Iran fans are very loud right now. Now there's an opportunity. No, that should be a foul. Yep, that's a foul right there. As of now here. Oh, so it looks like Germany is going to be playing Paraguay. Unless something is, I mean, that's pretty much is confirmed at this point. Yep, Paraguay has officially advanced, so they got their spot. So Foxborough is out of the question. They will be playing in Seattle. We're at 36 minutes in. Now, yeah, this is just about the rights to play in South Korea, or South Korea will have the rights to play in Seattle, which could still be a very advantageous home field advantage. So that means, yeah, so Paraguay is already set, so I don't have to go to New England. And now we got 37 minutes in. Now, nice moves by Egypt. Now they're going to keep it going. And now here is a possible shot. Nope. Iran playing for their lives. It's almost like they're just going to play for a tie so they can clinch the third spot. But, I mean, and that would put Iran somewhere. So now it's about just hoping that Iran, so that can put South Korea at 7th, so that South Korea can have the rights to play in Seattle. Right now, ticket prices in Seattle are around $700, which I can actually stomach very well. Or maybe I'll spend like around $1,000. Now you're at 38. Now here is Egypt. They have a chance. And that should be a corner kick. Senegal has not yet advanced quite yet. They are in the running. I mean, their goal differential is really going to help their case. Now we're at 38 minutes. Now here's a corner, and now they're no header. Now here's another one, another opportunity. Now here's a shot, and that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. And the prominent teams to watch out for. I mean, Cape Verde has already advanced anyway. Uruguay is eliminated. So if South Korea advances, they will go to the round of 32. Now here's a no opportunity. Egypt is playing Iran tough, and Iran's playing Egypt even tougher. And Trezeguet had a ball, and then now just goes to the Iran goalkeeper. This way, the Rooftop Sports can have the rights to go to Seattle. Now here's a chance. Nope. And now here's a shot. Well deflected by Iran. Interestingly, yep, it is official. Now Iran, that's a fly tackle. And I think that's going to be a yellow card. Now Egypt is playing real dangerously. And if they're not careful, they could be down to 10 men. I mean, so here's the thing. So if Egypt beats Iran, Korea's magic number will be down to 1. And after that, your next watching game is going to be Croatia versus Ghana. And if Ghana beats Croatia, they will be going to the last 32. So it's going to take a lot of that. Now it's going to be all right, here it is. I think Ghana is better than Croatia. I would think so. If Egypt draw to Iran or lose to Iran, is Korea out? Not necessarily, but it will put them down to the 8th spot. So they would be on the brink. And that's going to be a yellow card for Iran. So after that, you're going to want to pay attention. If Egypt wins, that puts Korea literally on the brink. And if that happens, what could really be devastating, if Congo wins, that could actually knock out South Korea. So this Egypt game is very critical. Like, this could be literally their last chance. That's the scary reality. Now here is a chance. Now here's the open shot. They had it. Egypt definitely needs to win this one, because right now, if the result holds, they are now going to be 2nd place, and they'll be forced to fly to Texas. So, I mean, if you're Egypt's sake, you don't want to park the bus. You got to go. Actually, no, that's not the point. I got that wrong. Excuse me. Egypt still has a differential on Belgium. So, yeah. So technically, they could just park the bus on Iran, because they know that Iran doesn't really have much offense, but also Iran's playing with a lot of pressure on their defense, especially for counterattacks. But yeah, Congo is going to make things very difficult. But if Congo ties with Uzbekistan, then everything's going to be okay. Now here's going to be a chance, and he falls down, but that's not, he was trying to sell the flop. Not happening. He was looking for a foul. Yeah, I think that was a foul. I think they should have called that. There was clear contact on that one. But you can't really rely on Uzbekistan. I mean, that would be like relying on Senegal to only win 1-0. 5 minutes of stoppage time. All right, here it is. I feel bad for the Korean football fans. Hong's an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's freaking evil. And he's someone that has been known to hate Son. Who starts Hwang Hee-chan over Son? Yeah, I know, right? Japanese fans are saying that Hong purposefully lost to South Africa to play against Egypt, except Egypt are a good team. You were better off going to Los Angeles to go up against Canada. You can't lose on purpose like that. That's just reckless. No, I think that's a horrible. I'm not saying it's your take or anything. That's just Japanese take. No, that's not a good take. That's a burning take in the blue sun. There's a header. And Iran, they are just constantly attacking. Now here's a header. And now it's going to be a header. And that is, oh, that almost went in. If that went in, that would have killed the hopes for South Korea. I mean, the fact that South Korea has to depend on so many factors just to make it to the round of 32 is just outright pathetic. Like, had they just tied Mexico and not make a stupid mistake, it's a 0-0 game, and they're already advanced. Like, so they would have been at, let's say, 2-2 pretty much. They would have been at 2-2. South Africa would have been at 2-3. So technically, South Korea really wouldn't have had to do that much had they had Kim Sing-gyu hadn't come out there, and if the defenders weren't just standing there. That just shows the lack of tactics Hong Yong-bo has. And to you, my friend, who's on my YouTube channel, I really got to tell you some disturbing, just horrifying things on the hiring process. So here it is. Hong Yong-bo's appointment cost. There were many missed coaches. What remained was an incompetent appointment process. Paulo Bento, who coached for the 22 team, he was rejected because he wanted a 4-year contract going into 2026. So he wanted another World Cup. Jesse Marsh was a strong foreign candidate. Talks failed. Some community members reportedly didn't even know who he was. And now people now know who he is because he's the coach of Canada who made it to the round of 32. Who will be going up against South Africa. Then Gus Poyet, final foreign interview candidate, interviewed but ultimately dropped, so they just didn't even bother with him. It makes you wonder who Gus Poyet is, as he was heavily considered for the job. Now here's a shot, and here's a chance, and here's Egypt, and he falls down, but no penalty. Looking for anything to happen. Egypt doesn't really have to win. Oh, that's going to be a foul. No foul. But you really just want to give them a cushion and just crush Iran's hopes. Let's try to take the shot if you can. Because you at least want to win in momentum, right? Now here's a cross. And plus you want to do that so you can put pressure on Belgium too. Because if Belgium keeps scoring, then you're kind of in a little bit of trouble. Here's a shot. Way off. And then who was Gus Poyet? He was a Uruguayan coach. He played for Uruguay from 93 to 2000. Coached for Greece in 22 to 24. As he was heavily considered for the job, but then he just wasn't considered at all. And then David Wagner, final foreign interview candidate, considered but dropped. Evaluation standards were unclear. Eventually selected Hong Yongbo. And the reason was domestic coaches should be paid like foreign coaches. It's pretty progressive kind of way. I mean, things should be done by merit, just not because where you're from. And you would like to think that Egypt's still going to keep trying to score, because you don't want to put Iran in any position that can put you in danger. Unless they're just parking the bus. I think now Brazil have someone, they'll give Japan a harder time. I mean, Japan, they are already the underdogs for that game. I'll check and see who the Brazil coach is. That was in Group C. Brazil made it with 7 points. 6th best team in the world. And their head coach is Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah, just clear that out of there. And now it's going to be halftime. And this thing makes me really want to exercise. Like, it's just really brutal to watch. All right, commercial time.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki goes pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
All right, what do we got here? I think now Brazil. Yeah, I told you who the coach is. You think Korea should get anyone but this guy Hong? They tried to, and then they failed, and then they fumbled on their interview processes, and then they were just left with Hong Myung-bo. It's almost like they did this on purpose because Chomung-gu is like really good friends with Hong Myung-bo. I mean, what I'm scared what could happen is Hong Myung-bo takes a step down, and maybe he just takes the position as president of the Korean Football Association, which would be hugely devastating to South Korean soccer. Oh man, did Belgium just score again? No, it's 1-0. I mean, you're gonna want Egypt is gonna want to win because they just want to at least give themselves a cushion on the goal differentials. So South Korea will be in Seattle if they make it to the World Cup or if they make it to the round of 32. I mean, there's no other Group A's to look at, and they'll be playing Egypt. And their path won't be pretty. They'll have to go through United States and the winner of United States and Bosnia Herzegovina. And then they'll have to go through the likes of Spain, runner-up of Group K, which would be Portugal or Colombia. So it's not a real good path for Hong Myung-bo and Korea. And Hong Myung-bo has been absolutely the worst thing that's happened to South Korea.
The luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell and style.
It's been quite a game so far. Just waiting for the half to be over. I mean, you would think that at best, maybe Korea just bows out to the United States. And even if they can get far, then they have to go through Spain or Colombia, Portugal, going into the quarterfinals. And then you'll go up against the likes of Germany, France, Netherlands, Morocco. So it's not exactly not exactly an ideal path. Like, had South Korea just done their business, they would be in Los Angeles. And that would get them over to possibly Netherlands, Morocco, which probably would be Netherlands at that point. And then you'll go to Germany at best. And then in the semis, you're going against the United States. but I shouldn't be looking too far ahead because Korea is, as of now, still on the brink of elimination, which is something you don't want to happen. It's going to be a second half, and you would think, I mean, Egypt just at least try to win this game. I mean, if Korea does somehow make it to the last 32, it will be the most pathetic clincher in the history of South Korea. It will be the worst one for sure. As they had advanced 3 times, 2002, 2006, no, 2010, and then 2022. It was 12 years worth of not making it. And Cape Verde, you got to feel happy for them. Cape Verde will unfortunately be playing Argentina, though. I'm getting close to that second half. But it's almost like it's just too much to ask for at this point. And then as it stands, halftime Egypt versus Iran, it's tied. If it stands, South Korea is highly likely to be eliminated as scenarios are tough tomorrow. Would need 2 of 3. Iran's playing like life on the line, but I worry we get an Australia versus Paraguay repeat as the game gets on longer. But you can't really depend on Egypt because so Belgium up 1, it might mean a little bit because if Belgium keeps scoring, because Belgium's mindset is they're going to just want to keep scoring. They're going to want to keep scoring because then they play whoever is in third place. So they're going to try to you would think they want to rack up the goal, which is why I think Egypt is not going to want to park the bus, even though they have a pretty sizable goal differential, because Belgium effectively would have to score 2 more goals to overtake Egypt. And at that point, if that happens, then maybe Egypt won't feel incentivized to score. So the Belgium game very much matters to South Korea's perspective. So I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I mean, Spain winning really helped, but Germany beating Ecuador really would have been nice. And unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. As of now, Korean football news says South Korea would advance to the round of 32 if any of these two happen. Egypt wins, Ghana wins, Congo and Uzbekistan draws, or Uzbekistan wins. Then we got Algeria and Austria would be a very interesting one. Austria winning or Algeria winning by 2 goals. I mean, you would think that, technically they can just play for a draw, but that's what happens when South Korea plays for a draw, because they didn't even have and then they end up losing to South Africa. That was really the game to really just rack up the goals, which was expected, and it just didn't happen. And then the second half is coming. And if Egypt does not win, it will put South Korea literally on the prospect of elimination, because there's nothing South Korea can do at this point. I mean, tomorrow, as of now, South Korea would be playing. But yeah, Egypt's going to want to try to win to put themselves on a cushion so Belgium can't catch up to them. So if I'm Egypt, just put this thing away. And don't put yourself in a position where Iran can score based on mistakes. I mean, the dream is for me to watch a South Korea game in Seattle. That would just be an absolute dream come true. Because I felt when I watched the South Africa game, I thought that was just an absolute nightmare. And I was like, okay, can I wake up and watch some real soccer? Which unfortunately did not happen. But if Egypt wins, the magic number will be 1. And South Korea just needs at least Croatia to lose to Ghana. I mean, Ghana seems they could be a competent team to do it. That game will be in Philadelphia. Looks like we got some substitutions going on. I wonder if they are doing this to park the bus. At least they didn't take. If they took out Mo Salah, that would have been pretty bad. Not David Trezeguet. Well, they took out one of their offensive players in Trezeguet. I wonder if they're going to be playing more of a defensive mindset. How's it going? Kicks. Go Egypt. Absolutely. It will help South Korea get to the round of 32, just so I can watch a stupid game in Seattle, just to watch them get their asses whooped in Seattle. But at least I get a chance to sing Eguka. I did say in my left brain, I want South Korea to advance the round of 32 just to go to a game. My right brain says I want South Korea to be out of the World Cup to expose the Korean Football Association, as countdown is going down. 3, 2, and 1. And we are underway in the second half here in Seattle. And the task is simple. Egypt wins, and they are guaranteed. If Egypt scores one more goal, they are guaranteed for the round of 32 in Seattle. So if I'm Egypt, try to get this win guaranteed. It's all about Egypt. And for you, my friend, where are you from? Are you Korean too? Or are you just English? Yeah, just score and park the bus at that point, so that Iran cannot do anything. But you would think with the probabilities of Iran making, it's pretty low because they haven't done it before. But that was in years past. And don't forget, we're at a 48-team format. And Iran is already attacking. And now here's a cross. And now, oh my goodness, that was nearly a goal. That was about to be a disaster for both teams. Now, here's Iran. They're attacking again. Now, Iran gets the ball back. Here's a shot. And that goes over. Oh, you're Korean from Georgia. I would assume that Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. I know, like, I wonder if you know any other content creators, because I'm one of them. I think it could be a draw too, because, but I would still, you would think that they would still want to play to win because Belgium could be on their tail because you can't really trust New Zealand to really hold Belgium to a 1-0 lead, hold 1-0. But yesterday was easily the worst day for a Korean fan in terms of what you need. Like Germany losing to Ecuador, and now Japan didn't win 2-0, win by 2. That was hurtful. And Paraguay tying to Australia. But I wonder if this could also be another park the bus situation. And no foul. The referee says play on. This has been a very lightly fouled game. I mean, Egypt was supposed to be the favorite, but I had a draw happening.
People like I see you at some watch party, watching that. That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, make some good content like I did. Hopefully, maybe even get interviewed on some local news or something. That's awesome. You guys get to be in Seattle.
Now here's a possible pass, and now here is a cross. Man, just Iran's defense, like they're just that really annoying team. I mean, I think Iran is also probably just parking the bus at this point. Now here's a cross. Now here's a shot. And that was a shot on target finally, but it was saved by the goalkeeper. And this is a really good goalkeeper. There's no doubt about that. Belgium's not going to be out. Mo Salah is still in. Mo Salah still should be in, you would think. If Mo Salah is out, then they've just abandoned everything. No, but no, Mo Salah is still playing. I mean, if I'm Egypt, like you want to score a goal so that way you can get yourself guaranteed, more than guaranteed, to get the number 1. No, Belgium, like get out. No, they are winning. So I don't see them losing to New Zealand.
Yeah, that's not as cheap as you're going to get. But yeah, that's written 24/7. I got you.
I also heard some Korean fans. They said that they had already bought tickets, plane tickets, and everything because they were just trying to stay within the price. So too bad for. Unfortunately, there is Mamouche. Where did Mamouche go? He actually got in. Marmouche. He has came on. Yeah, it's going to be super close or a draw. Expect this to be a super close game. And breaking news, Belgium just scored. So they're up 2-0. If results hold, they are advancing. But if I'm Egypt, you are going to want to score so that Belgium cannot catch up to you. I don't know. And you don't want to abandon you want to stay in Seattle. I mean, it would help you kick some butt. So Belgium is now at a +2 goal differential. If Belgium scores one more goal and the result stands, then that means they are going to be the number 1. Although Egypt has they have already clinched. I'm going for Egypt. I need Egypt because that would help South Korea get to round of 32. And if they go to Seattle, that would, for Korea, if they go to Seattle, that would just be a huge dream come true for me. Now we're at 51 minutes in. I mean, Korea just should have done their business. And now here is an opportunity for Egypt. There's an opportunity. He's trying to get himself open. Here's a shot, and that is blocked. And Iran's defense really just won't go away. Go away, Iran. You're annoying. Iran is really just that annoying team that just will not go away. Now here's the corner kick, and now here's the header. And, oh, I thought that was going to go in. I wonder if there was a notification that just happened. Belgium is now up 2-0. They're probably just going to keep racking up goals. So if they're racking up goals, that's going to put... So I think that puts Egypt at a huge sense of urgency. Yeah, Egypt's attacking more because Belgium is catching up to them. So if anything, whatever Belgium does is going to help. Is Marmouche just not that good? I'm such a noob with soccer. Like, I'm just not a consistent soccer fan. I'm too much of a World Cup guy. That does not help me at all with my content creating. I will admit that. Now we're at 52 minutes in. And for the one from Kicks, are you Korean or Egyptian? Because you gave me some Egyptian vibes. Well, he was very decent in Man City. They're talking about USA and Herzegovina. Use my promo code RoofTopSports, get your $20 off. You're Egyptian. That's pretty cool. Tell me more about Egypt. I would like to know. And Egypt is definitely more on the attack. And if Egypt can just win this game, the magic number for South Korea will be down to 1. And if Korea makes it to the last 32, I am going to a game. Guaranteed I'm going. I am going to go. And ticket. We're at 54 minutes in. Oh, that's a foul. And now here's going to be... And Iran has an opportunity. And both players are down. Now here's a shot. Blocked. And I wonder, are they going to... Yeah, that's going to be an injury timeout because someone from Egypt is down. And that's Zico. Zico is down right now. It's all about the ticket to Seattle. We're at 55 minutes in. In the round of 32, prospectively, whoever it is on the round of 32, it's going to be either Egypt or Belgium, and the winner in Group I or J, which would be Senegal or Algeria or even Austria. That will be a pretty tanking ticket price, to be honest with you. Now here is Egypt. They have an opportunity, and they are running it up. He has no numbers, though. Here's number 22. He has literally, there's really no help going on. Like, what are you doing, Egypt? And now you just drew yourself a foul. Like, there was literally no sense of urgency. Like, I know the world does not revolve around South Korea, but don't you want to guarantee yourself a victory to withstand against Belgium? Don't you want that? Nope. The world does not revolve around South Korea, unfortunately, and it shouldn't. If South Korea just won against South Africa, oh no, Mo Salah's going out. Mo Salah is going out. I think they're abandoning their post. Mo Salah is out. That is not going to help one bit. This is not good at all. This is really not good. Like, can't we? Yeah, we're definitely cooked. I mean, just one more goal is all we need. I mean, and Belgium is literally on your tail, too. Yeah, Egyptian manager definitely pulled the home run ball. You can't really trust anyone to score. We're at 57 minutes in. I mean, why does it have to be dependent on so many factors? It's like Mo Salah was kind of down at the moment. Like, just the idea that if my dreams of going to Seattle for South Korea is crushed, I'm going to be even tripled saying effed up things about Chomungu and Hongyonbo. They literally are on the brink of destroying my dreams. Now, here's a chance and a header, and not really good. Not really doing anything competitive for themselves. Yeah, I would be crying too. Just one more. Belgium still hasn't scored yet. And now here's a chance for Iran, and not really much. And they're fouling, and that's going towards Egypt's direction. Now it's 60 minutes in. Belgium is up 2-0, so Egypt is definitely under pressure. They have to score. They took out Mo Salah. I mean, maybe he seems to be a figurehead at this point, but I still get the impression that they're just parking the bus. We're at 60 minutes in. It's all about the Man City forward that can, if he can do some damage. Now we're at 60 minutes in. This is all about trying to get to the #1 seed guaranteed, because right now, as it stands, they would have the #1 seed, but I mean, Egypt's really going to want to create some cushion. I mean, just the way that Iran scored, it was like that's typical way to just screw over South Korea. And again, I know the world does not revolve around Korea. Now here's a chance, an opportunity, and now here could be a crossing opportunity. Nope. And they're just slowing it down. But Iran is really parking the bus. Like, I don't think they really care to win. I think they just want to advance at this point. Even though that Iran is still incentivized so they can get the second seed and avoid a tougher team. But Egypt, they really have to score again because Belgium could score at any time, knowing New Zealand's utilities. Now here's an opportunity. Now here could be a chance. Nothing much doing. My heart rate's going to keep going up. Now here's a cross, and now just kicking out. Here's a shot, and that's going to be a corner. It's going to be an Egyptian corner. As now we're at 62 minutes in. Now here's a kick, and now it's caught by the goalkeeper, and he goes down. I mean, if only Germany just had done their freaking job. I mean, Egypt is on track to make it, but Belgium, they are trying to score themselves. So Egypt's, again, they really have to score to take the pressure away from themselves. And that way they can just really shut this down and stay in Seattle rather than fly to Texas, because that's where Belgium would go. And right now, Belgium is in Canada, and Belgium is very much incentivized to win because they're in Vancouver, Canada. So they would only have to drive just a little bit. And now we're at 63 minutes in. It gets really much more intense. Now here is a nice ball, and there's an opportunity, but there's not much numbers to work with. And he goes down, but where's the foul? Where is the foul? That's a free kick. I get the idea that there's not many people attacking on Egypt's end, so I wonder if they're also just parking the bus. I mean, can you just give one more goal? Here's the thing. South Korea or Egypt, if you could just beat Iran and help Korea get in, then I don't care how much you beat up South Korea. I'll even might cheer for Egypt over South Korea. That's how desperately emotional I am. Now here's a free kick, but not really much. Now here's a shot. Now here's a chance. And now here's going to be a shot. No, that's going to be out of bounds. But you would think that this is only a matter of time until Egypt scores, because Iran's offense is not really there. They got in because of sheer luck. It was a nice, beautiful cross, but Iran's defense is just really, really annoying. Like, this is where I am right now. Now here's a corner kick, and it could be a header. I mean, Egypt doesn't have the size for that, so that's why corners are pretty much useless for them. And now here is Iran there, and the foul. What are you even doing? Oh, Egypt's going to get the free kick. Now we're at 65 minutes, and time is really dwindling down for South Korea's hopes. And now here's going to be a through ball. Now here's a cross, and not much doing. I mean, I get it. The world does not revolve around Korea because Korea did it to themselves. Now here's a shot. Now here's an opportunity. And Iran is really just parking the bus. Like, they really just don't care. But Egypt, they really need that score. Iran they've just been playing their hearts out. And Belgium, oh no, bad news for Egypt. And now they really got to get scoring because Belgium just scored. And if the results hold, that really means that Belgium now has number 1. So now Egypt really has to do it. Now Belgium, now they are top of the group right now. Belgium is just absolutely just annihilating Egypt. We're at 67 minutes in. Mamouche is trying to work some magic, and he has. And now he's going to go for a shot. And that was blocked. And Iran everyone's just getting in the way. That was a really beautiful shot attempt. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a corner. Did you hear a possible timeline? Are you confident? Still not confident. They said by the end of 2026. That's all I know, Tony Hyung. But for Korea to go to Seattle for the World Cup, it would literally just be a complete dream come true. Like, just an absolute dream come true. And there's still a pretty decent amount of Mexicans that are in Seattle. So, I mean, it's still like something good for settling. So Belgium may have been also a catalyst for South Korea's hopes. And let's see what Joel said. I mean, I've never realized how much I hate Iran so much. They're one of the mortal enemies for South Korea. Always gives them trouble. And now they're on the brink of reaching to the round of 32 before Korea does. If Korea wins, or if Croatia, or if Egypt wins, I will be doing the Croatia game tomorrow. The Iran fans are really happy. They just really want to tie. Like, Iran doesn't tie. Now it's going to be a corner kick for Egypt, and time is really running out for South Korea's hopes. As now we're at 71 minutes in. Now they're going for a corner. And now here's the corner. And now here's a header. Nothing really much doing there. And now Iran's just kicking it out. I mean, you would want to hope that Iran, they are just going to at least parking the bus, may cause some mistakes on themselves. And Egypt is really on the attack. There's a chance. Now here's a cross. And nothing much doing there. I mean, Egypt's having, I guess, a better second half. They're creating more opportunities. Now it's 71 minutes in. Did Belgium score again? And that's a foul. And it's, wait, how's it going toward, how's it going to Iran's direction? Belgium's at 75 minutes in. At this point, I just want to go to Seattle, and I won't care how it goes, because we're all going to be crapping on Humyeonbul anyway. I mean, you know, I'll have my SeatGeek wide freaking open, just like a lot of Korean fans are right now. Now we're at 72 minutes. And Iran or Egypt, that just goes out of bounds. And Egypt's, I mean, they took out Mo Salah. They've abandoned their own cause, which they really shouldn't have done. But now they're trying, some are trying to say that Mo Salah is just washed. It looks like Egypt is bringing someone in for substitutions. Now here's a possible opportunity. Nope. Iran's just really just being super annoying. They're just really frustrating their opponent, just like what they did to Belgium, which is why Belgium just had a must-win situation against New Zealand. Now it keeps going. And he falls down, and it's going to be a free kick, and time is critically running out. Korea's hopes rest on Marmoush, the Man City striker, taking over the offense with Salah out. Come on, Egypt, one more goal push. I mean, they're trying to push, but Iran's just defense is just too much for them because of their parking the bus tactics. Now here's a shot. No, nothing doing. And now just they've got to keep attacking, but they're just really running too slow. And there's a through ball you can do. And now here's an opportunity for Egypt, but now that Egypt's just being really frustrating, and just watching Iran just gets even more frustrating. Like, I'm just not in mood right now. They're at 74 minutes. Belgium is up 3-0. I mean, don't you want to stay in Seattle? Don't you want to save money on hotels and busing and possible getting through the border kind of hassle? And now here comes around. Here's on the attack. They might actually score on this one. Now here's a cross. Now here's a header. Oh, no. And the goalkeeper's trying to go too far out. And now they have a chance for a shot. And be very careful. Now here's a shot. And there's really not much attacking going on. This game is just giving me a massive headache. Goal kick. But time is critically running out for Egypt, because they are now in danger of losing their top seed. It looks like they're going to bring in another player. Their main striker is going to be taken off. I wonder who number 9 is. Oh, my head hurt. They're putting a teenager in Zico. We're at 76 minutes in. They're bringing in an 18-year-old from Barcelona B. So they're bringing someone with more energy. Now here's a shot. No shot. It's just a cross. Makes you wonder if they're bringing in a complete rookie. It makes you wonder if Egypt is kind of just giving up at this point because they can't really get through Iran. Now here's a cross. And now no header. Now here is a possible shot. No shot. And nothing doing. Nothing much to be doing. A nice sliding tackle. And that might actually give them opportunities. And advantage play on. They just can't get through Iran's defense. They just can't get through. I mean, we knew that it was going to be a very competitive game. And now here's no opportunity. And that's going to be going out of bounds, but it's going to be throw in for Egypt. I mean, this is a very stressful watch. I mean, this is the second game I've done. Got 13 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Egypt is critically running out of time. They just can't get through Iran's offense or defense. But Iran can't really do anything on offense either. Like, it's just still frustrating that we have to depend on games like this when South Korea, I mean, when you hire morons like Hong Yong-bo, this is what happens. Like, he is obviously probably the worst coach in South Korean history. Like, even Gun couldn't have done any worse. And he had a lot less to work with. He didn't really have much talent to work with back then. I mean, he had some parts of the 2002 team. Now, Iran is now kind of on the attack. And now they might have a chance. They could actually score. And now they just have to slow down. And now it's going to be an advantage. But Egypt is not really being that serious on the attack. Now here is a possible chance. And now he was trying to sell the foul. And he's going to get it. And he gets a yellow card. That's an advantage for Egypt and South Korea. Because now we're at 79 minutes in. And now here's going to be a chance, possibly a chance. And Saeed misses the match. He misses the next match. This is just the opportunity to take out Iran. And now here could be a chance. Nope. And he's going to let that go for a goal kick. Like, this is just really frustrating. Iran is just a really annoying team. We just need one more goal. They're just playing defense throughout the entire game, and that was their game plan all along. And the way the goal happened was just something really stupid. It was off a rebound. I mean, I'm telling you, like, all Egypt has to do is just win this game, and they will finish top of the group rather than have it being Belgium. I mean, there's not really much attacking going on. Like, I almost think that Egypt is also just given up on this because they're just so mentally frustrated and they're not even getting the call. Like, the referee is just letting them play on of Iran, even though that was a clear foul. And now here's a shot. And it's going to be a goal kick. Like, do we really want Iran? Do we really want them in the round of 32? Is that what we really want? Is that what we're really shooting for? I would hope not. Like, it would just be a complete waste of spot. I mean, I get that Iran's very inspiring defense. They play their hearts out. Like, the fact that it's been like this the entire game, it's frustrating. because tomorrow it's going to come down to Croatia and Ghana, and then Congo or Uzbekistan, and Algeria or Austria. And effectively, Korea could be out of it before we can even talk about Austria or Algeria. I mean, let me just at least be able to sleep knowing that the magic number is just 1. I mean, the magic number was 3 24 hours ago, more than 24 hours ago. Korea had a 94% chance to make it to the round of 32, and literally every factor literally went against them. Now it's going to be a long ball. We're at 82 minutes in. And now is an interception, and now this could be a chance for Egypt, but they're just playing too conservatively. Like, dude, like, what are you doing? What is Egypt doing? Are they parking the fucking bus? Don't you want to stay in Seattle? You literally had an attack. Egypt just proved that they have just given up on this. Like, are you serious? I think this just proved to me. Now here's a chance for Egypt. There's an opportunity, but no one's really attacking. Now here's a cross. Now no header, and also no penalty. And Egypt wants a foul, or Iran wants a foul. Now here's a chance. Now here's a shot and just out of bounds. Are they just tanking this? Like this is just so frustrating that I'm dealing with the fact that Chomungu, that bastard, hires Hong Myung-bo, putting me in putting in live streamings like this. We're at 6 minutes to go. And now Belgium has scored once again. And again, all you got to do, Egypt, is just score one more goal. That's all you need. So you can just stay home and kick South Korea's ass. And by the way, New Zealand has scored themselves. They just scored like almost immediately. I think at this point, they're just parking the bus. It's all about the goal differentials that kill. I mean, I think Egypt is just abandoned. And there's a chance for offsides. I think Egypt has completely given up. Now it's going to be a goal kick. I mean, come on, he's right there. And going what? And time is getting very critical. Like, South Korea is also just as stressed out. Like, this is already just mentally exhausting. New Zealand is obviously eliminated. Egypt is on pace to finish second. And after this will put Korea on the brink. And now no one's really attacking at all. Like, I think I've pretty much just given up on the idea of Egypt scoring. I mean, you would think that there's a chance. And Iran actually has a chance to score. And that's going to be a corner kick. It's almost like Egypt is not even trying at all. Iran with their first corner. Now here's the corner. And now here's a header. And that almost went in. That should have went in. And I was like, yeah, Egypt, you should have actually tried to win this game. You had an interception, and then you just went passing right back. It's like, what was that all about? You must wonder how much time there is on stoppage time. The fact that it has to come down to literally down to stoppage time, like Egypt, like Iran just had to score a stupid goal, like in the most stupid way possible. Like, here's the thing. The only way I'm happy if Korea goes down, if my video just nuking on Hongbyeonbo and Cheongu, if it gets 1 million views, then it's worth it. And now here's Egypt, and there's really, again, no one's really attacking. Like, Egypt doesn't even want to win. They don't want to go, they don't want to stay in Seattle. They would rather just go to Canada and torture themselves. Or no, go to Texas. I mean, you would have thought that Egypt was going to win this game. And South Korea did everything in their power to not make it to the round of 32. Like, they literally went out of their way so they can depend on other teams that are very undependable, especially on situations like Germany. They didn't even have to win because they've already clinched the #1 spot. So what was really in it for them? And it's going to be 6 minutes stoppage time, but I don't think that's going to be enough time for Egypt. And they're not really attacking. Like, they only have 4 guys up, and none of them is really on the attack at all. And that's going to be a foul. Like, it's like they just don't want to, they're just playing too conservatively. Like, my dreams of going to Seattle is going to die. The player of the match just goes to Iran in general because they just parked the fuck out of the bus. And no promising. I mean, look at Iran. They're playing more aggressively. I just want to go to a stupid game in Seattle. That's it. And even if Korea doesn't win, I will 100% accept it. I just want one more game to let the players do their thing. And it is a yellow card. And he's missing the round of 32. Like, this is the consequences. No, I'm not in the mood. Yeah, this is definitely ending in a draw. Like, I can't believe Egypt just completely choked this. They're going to be going up against Australia. That's what it's going to be. Now here's a free kick. Now here's a header. And here could be a shot for Iran. And there's a shot, and that's it for the goal. And Iran has scored, taking the lead 2-1. And you can forget about Egypt and Iran, as Iran is for sure. They are going to the round of 32. And Egypt, they just put themselves in the number 3 seed. Unbelievable. Iran just scored on stoppage time. And now that's it. And now it just gets worse for South Korea. Here is now the absolute situation. Iran just sealed the victory. Because Egypt was just taking too much time dicking around, parking the bus themselves, and that just gave Egypt an opportunity to score. The fan ran onto the field in happiness, obviously. And this is a nightmare scenario. And now Iran, they're going to have Egypt. Now they are in the 3rd seed. They were just unless there could be any kind of offsides. I think he was offsides though. I wonder if they're going to VAR this one though. There could be a possible handball. I would like to say that there was an offsides call. Egypt, they literally spent all that time just dicking around with themselves. Like, it was really frustrating to watch. And then the worst possible scenario literally just happened. Now Egypt is, but isn't that off? No, it's not offside, so that doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, that just botched the goal. Oh my goodness, the ref just took it away. But Iran is in the running for the round of 32 anyway. I mean, couldn't be any less favorable for South Korea. Wow. Iran just took the goal, got their goal taken away. That's what you have VARs for, and Iran fans are, of course, not happy. And I wonder how much more stoppage time you're going to get. Egypt is like not happy about this, and they shouldn't be. This is what World Cup does. It's very emotional. Like, this was supposed to be not even possible at all. And now Iran's trying to score again, and Egypt pretty much is abandoning their own cause. Now here's Iran with a chance. And now here's another chance opportunity, and that's going to be blocked. Hardani made, and now he's hurting himself. And now it's going to be a corner kick. Now here's a corner. But I wonder how much time there's really going to be. Maybe 2 minutes at best. But Iran's not, or Egypt is not really attacking at all. But here's Iran going to try it again. Now here's a shot. Here's a shot. And that is saved. And I think the ball is staying here right where it is. That was a very ridiculous save. Oh, that's going to be a goal kick, but I think this whistle might blow. But that VAR took quite a bit of time. And it was offsides anyway. Now Egypt is just not attacking, and now maybe Egypt has a chance. This could be one more shot for them. They're going to need it. It is off of Iran. Maybe you got 1 full minute left. This game has been of very high intensity. And now, are they going to... At this point, Iran doesn't really care anymore. They don't really have possession anyway. In Egypt, they have really just fallen apart. Now, what do we got here? Got absolutely nothing going on for Egypt. They're not even pressing at all. And I think that might be it. Iran's now taking their time. Egypt has to throw in, but now they're just really just trashing the ball away. They don't even know what they're doing. So I have pretty much accepted it that Iran is going to, now they just bumped down South Korea even further. And now they are even further on the brink of elimination. And that is it. Iran has clinched themselves to at least the 6th seed in the number 3. And South Korea is once again, on the absolute brink. And this was one of the more exciting games I have seen, objectively speaking, yes. But also it was just very frustrating to watch. And now I think I'm just going to get out of here. I am just... Okay, here's what's going to happen. So now, here's what it is right now. South Korea is now arguably down to 7th. And here is what needs to happen. So, South Korea, let's see where we're at. Egypt is now playing against Australia. That was just an absolute chaos of a game. So now South Korea is pretty much got Senegal. I mean, Iran should be in the number 3. Iran is now waiting it out. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. No, Egypt did not want that first place. They showed that they didn't. They had numbers and they didn't even go for anything. It was an absolute joke. They did not even attack. And now South Korea, it just gets worse. They are now at the absolute bottom. And the only factors that are left are these following. You got Croatia left, Algeria, and Congo. Now, if Croatia loses, that will put them below South Korea. So that means they'll have dibs, but then it could end as early as Congo. So here's what it is. So let's say best case scenario, or even if, but here's what happens. So best case scenario. Okay, I gotta turn this off. This thing's annoying. So here's the best case scenario. You got Croatia. If they lose, that will put them at the bottom of South Korea. So I'll just do it right here. I think I'll just share the screen right now. Like, my dreams are just being teased really badly. So here's what it looks like. Need to make sure it's big enough. So let's say, I'll do it by every case scenario. So let's say South Korea or Croatia, if they lose, that will put them like this. It'll be exactly like this if Croatia loses. And if Congo wins, that will bump down, that may bump down, that will absolutely bump down. Okay, let's say if Congo wins, right? If the Democratic Republic of Congo wins, it will look exactly like this. And then it's going to be up to Algeria to win. So really, and here's the worst case scenario. Let's say if Croatia wins, that will put South Korea, I mean, they're already on the absolute brink. So let's say this happens. So Croatia wins, or if they tie, they will go through, and that will bump down South Korea. And if Congo wins, which could very much happen, if Congo wins, then they will bump out South Korea, which could actually, that will take them out, and that Algeria game won't even matter one bit. So I thought that I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand some of the context of that. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's. Yep, I did my own Excel. Yep, I'm just gonna take off. Like, I'm just absolutely just sick to my stomach because Egypt really did abandon them. They screwed themselves. And Denali, to answer your question, Algeria will only matter if Congo is like out of the picture. So there's so much combinations that can happen. So I am going to take off. I hope I explained it the best I can, but I'm out of here, because I'm just sick.
SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you.